Now tell me, if that's not an incredible zoom for an HX400, I don't know what is. This is the Sony HX400. I literally used this camera once to read a piece of paper across the hill. There was something, a piece of paper I could read across the hill on this. I use this for all my videos. It will work exactly the same as the HX300. This just has a couple different features, but otherwise the zoom is the same. You can still get the 400 in the stores right now. 300, you know, is the older version, but you can find that secondhand. I mean, this is just incredible. Look at that. If it wasn't for the trees, I could see a lot more, but you can see cars. You can see homes, businesses. The HX200 is almost as good. Zoom is not quite as powerful, but really close. I mean, this is incredible. Takes great photos. It's a very hazy, cloudy day today. And look at this. You can pick up an HX200, a Sony HX200. Make sure it's got the HX because they have other models. It will not work with the other models like this. It's got to be the HX200, 300, or 400. You can pick up the 200 right now on eBay or different places for under $200 a lot of times. The 300 model is a little bit more. And the 400, of course, is still in the store, so it's still holding its price, which is over $500. I will be honest, I bought this HX400 online from somebody who just wasn't using it, and they sold it to me for, it's like $200. It was a little bit more. It was like $225 or something with everything, and it was great. And we use these cameras to do all... Look at that. That's a car down there. Just one. You see all the cars? Keep in mind, people, I am free holding this camera right now. If I was on a tripod, which I can't set up because I'm on a hillside. I was filming birds. Whoops. If I was on a tripod, it would be incredible. Like I said, there was a piece of paper across the hill once. Little piece of paper, an 8x10, and I could read what was on it. But that's a street down there and the cars are driving. And again, let me back up so you can see it. The zoom is incredible. The quality on these Sony cameras, the HX series 200, 300, 400 is incredible. I mean, it's just incredible. The HX200 is a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter. Actually have one of those that I can throw in a big purse and take with me everywhere. I also put a selfie stick. I bought a selfie stick at the 99-cent store, and I can attach the HX200 easily to that. And I use that with a selfie stick, not to take selfies. But sometimes I want my camera up high, and I am not, let's say, 12 feet tall. So I can put it on a selfie stick and use it. I can put the 300 and 400 up, but the problem is, they are heavier, so I'd rather not. But the 200 is a little bit lighter. I'm just so in love with these cameras. So much so that my husband even got one. He uses the 200. He loves his 200. My brother ended up with, oh my gosh, I think my brother ended up with 3 so the kids can all use them. And he's crazy about them. He uses the 300. Difference between the 300 and the 400, and they both have good and bad features. The 300 doesn't have the eyepiece. That's an auto switch, that when you take your eye away from the eyepiece, that the LCD goes on. It does not have that. You have to switch it by hand. The 400 is auto. And you know what? It's auto on the 200. You don't have to switch it. You can just pull your eye away and the LCD comes on, put your eye to the eyepiece, and the LCD goes off. That one is on the 200 and the 400. The other thing, though, is The 300, I actually use that when my grandkids are having things at school because I can do videos with the 300 and snap photos at the same time. They took that feature away on the 400 model. And it is a feature I use when the kids are doing something. So this way I can snap a video. I mean, this is just an incredible camera. So if you're thinking of doing videos and if you don't mind buying a used camera, try finding a Sony HX200. You can look on Craigslist. Might be able to even go to a big camera store and see if they have any secondhand cameras there. A lot of camera stores do have secondhand cameras. eBay, like I said, I bought mine on eBay, no problem. If you've got the money and you want a new one, you can look at all the different stores. Best Buy, Sammy's Camera, they all have the HX400 still. Fry's. Oh, there's so many places. They all have them. They're still carrying that. They haven't changed it. I figured they would come out with a new model by now by putting the features back on the new one that they took off on the 300. But, you know, it sells so well that they have not. So it's been around for a couple years now. But like I said, if you're looking for something simple and you don't have a lot of money, go on eBay, read the feedback on the people, see what prices you can find, and then maybe pick yourself up a Sony HX200. Make sure it's working because a lot of people sell broken ones and they clearly do state 4 parts only because some people know how to work on cameras and they actually buy them and switch out the parts. But this has been our camera choice. It's manual and automatic. So you want it to run itself, which is perfectly fine. Put it on auto and forget about it. It will do everything that you want it to really do. You want to get creative, there might be different things you want to do, then you can switch it over to manual and you can change the f-stop or different things yourself. I have found it so reliable. You know, can things happen to them? Sure. My brother has one that's not working that well. And at that point, you can either sell it for parts online, like I said, they're still worth money as parts because people know how to work on them. Or you can do what I did once, just call Sony, pack it up, send it to Sony, they fix it, they send it back. I had to do that with a different camera, not one of these yet. And they sent it back and, you know, they worked on that camera years ago. I have an F717 that I absolutely like that one too. It's got night shot. And you can't find that anymore. And so it broke and I called them and sent it to them and they sent it back when it was fixed. And it didn't take all that long. And I still use that camera. So that, you know, there's always a risk. But hey, you know, you can go buy a new one. And if you didn't buy the warranty, something can happen too. Just take care of it. You know, I'm a fanatic when it comes to my stuff. When I'm done using it, I literally take a microcloth and I wipe the camera down. Because, you know, we have oil and acids or whatever on our hands. And I like just wiping down my camera and putting it away. I always wipe it down. Keep the lens clean also with the microcloth. I always keep a lens cap on when I'm not using it. That protects your lens. Keep it out of the rain. So if it starts to rain outside, you're done. I mean, you know, people tape and take pictures out there, but that will ruin your camera. These are not waterproof. And keep it in a case when you're not using it in case you bump it and drop it. You want to protect it. Pretty much that's it. And, you know, I don't know what else to say on it. So that's my camera blog for today. Or I should say vlog, as I've been corrected. If you want to ask me questions, you can. Am I an expert? No. But I do love my cameras. Again, keep in mind, it's very hazy today. It's not hazy, it's actually cloudy. They're calling it a thick marine layer, which is a perfect day to do videos in your garden because you don't have a shadow and you get good color. You can easily see the camera. You don't have the sun blinding you. It's always good to take videos on a day where it's overcast. Not too dark. More of a marine layer or a light cloud cover. That's usually the best time to take photos. When I was working on my books, that's when I took photos. I would actually take photos on cloudy days. And if it wasn't cloudy, I created places that looked like it was cloudy with sheets. Because you get really, really good color and you get a good picture that way. And you don't get the glare from the sun. And sometimes you want it, sometimes you don't. All right, people, I think I've said enough here. You're probably done listening to me. I should go in and get my work done. Actually, it's really nice sitting out here. It's quiet. And I smell the wood chips that just got delivered. And they smell so good. It's down the hill. So again, this is just a little thing on the camera. Perfect secondhand camera. I'm going to say that all of them except for one of my 300s was new. And I did get that from the camera store. It was the first one I bought. Did come from the store. The rest I did buy secondhand. And I don't know what else I can say about this. Really, really good. Look at that. There's a road down there. And I'm not using a tripod. I'm not even leaning on anything. I mean, technically, if you don't have a tripod, you're supposed to lean on something. Look at those cars. Oh, see if I get too close. Shakes. There is a way to even zoom in more. But I'm not going to do that. Everybody have a great day. And don't forget to eat what you grow.